Okay, now it's on. Lori's daughter, Samantha.
So now we're going to hear from our walk chairs, Alan and Lori.
Pigmentosa. All right.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Everybody hear me all right?
Yes.
Thanks, everybody, for coming. This is amazing. What a beautiful day. I know it's been cold, but I want to send out a special thanks to those who came here, got here as early as 6 o'clock in the morning, and, you know, the FFB sign over there had ice on it, and all the brochures. Anyway, there's a lot of work that went into putting this together. So thank you. Special thanks to my buddies at the American Printing House, the volunteers, Jody, Kelly, all her friends who came out to help. What a beautiful day here. You know, there's a reason that God made such a beautiful surroundings. He wants us to see it. He wants us to see, you know, how green the sky is and how red the grass is. And one of these days, I hope... What?
There's not...
Okay, well, seriously, one of these days I hope to see God. As a kid, I was diagnosed with Leber's congenital amaurosis. Dr. Lazarus spoke briefly about that. It's a degenerative eye condition that, until just a couple of years ago, we had no idea, no reason for any hope of restored sight, you know. And so I just became adapted to it, and that's fine. But 3 years ago, we got word that they're doing this genetic study where they can induce a single injection of the recessive gene that causes my eye condition directly into the retina, and suddenly the retina rewires itself and restores sight. And they are doing this in clinical trials. I'm only shaking because I'm cold. I actually am. They are restoring sight to children and adults. With this condition, there are 14 different genes, though, that can cause this problem identified. In clinical trial phase, there's only one. And that is what this money is going towards, is furthering the research and getting FDA approval processes moved along more quickly. Because in this family of genetic degenerative retinal eye conditions, there's a lot of different related conditions, including macular degeneration, which is certainly the most prevalent amongst the elderly and aging. You know, many of you probably know someone who has macular and this gradually steals someone's light, and that's pretty traumatic when you lose your sight late in life. But these are so closely related that they are going to parlay treatments into these related diseases. So spread the word. They are actually restoring sight, and people who never had hope of restored sight. My co-chair, Lori, and her daughter is our youth chair, Samantha, and she has retinitis pigmentosa, and it is a very similar condition to what I have, but she is in a much younger stage of it. But I'll pass this off to Lori so she can tell you about Samantha's story.
Thank you, Alan. Like Alan was saying, he said it so well. That's why we're here. The Foundation Fighting Blindness, they do triumph. I mean, they're making a difference, and that's why it's so important to be involved in events like this. So I want to start out by thanking each and every team for the hard work that they put into fundraising and for coming out on this cold day. At least we have some sunshine. But I think everyone, every single team and every family member, all the kids and the dogs too, I think you should give yourselves a big hand right now. It's a great, great turnout. Woo! Like Alan was saying, the reason that I'm involved, I have no vision problems, but unfortunately my daughter Samantha, who is now 13 years old, was diagnosed with RP when she was only 4 years old. She started having vision problems at 2. So for over 10 years now, we've known about this. As devastating as the diagnosis was, everything I kept getting told was, well, there's nothing you can do about it. She'll just have to learn to live with it. Well, that wasn't good enough for me. For several years it was, because I was kind of numbed by the diagnosis, as well as my family. And then we heard about the vision walks, and we're like, well, that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to get on board, form a team, and do this Louisville Vision Walk every year. So we are very pumped and very appreciative of all of the teams, Alan's team and John Kenyon, and I could go on, Team Ty. I don't have the list in front of me because all the teams are growing every year. It's just so wonderful. And I'm sure everybody's wondering about the cat ears. Our theme is we're going to knock out blindness fighting to knock out blindness. And of course, we all know the theme of Rocky's theme is Eye of the Tiger. So we are actually truly out here to fight, to kick blindness and get rid of it so everybody has sight, everybody can see the stars in the sky, everybody can see rainbows and everything that God meant for us to see. So again, thank you for coming.